Hi there, I'm Julissa Adams, and you have found your way to my website. And I'd just like to talk to you for a couple of minutes about what I'm all about so you can see if this is what you're looking for in terms of therapy. One of the things that makes it really hard to choose a therapist is that there's so many different approaches and techniques and styles, and then there's just the person of the therapist. And what you get out of therapy depends a lot on what you put into it, but it also depends a lot on getting a good fit. So I'm just going to explain a little bit about what my niche is, so to speak, of what makes me really rather a unique therapist. And what that is that I have been in a process of continuous study since I started. Actually, before I went to graduate school in 1989, I've been passionate about psychology all along. And one of the things that I've done is stayed up with whatever was really cutting edge at the time. So, back in the day, I was learning mindfulness before people were talking about it. I was working with the unconscious when most therapy was really talk therapy. Started working with the body really early on in terms of breath work, in terms of somatic mindfulness, awareness of how the unconscious lives in the body. Started working with things like amino acids to help people with depression or anxiety or sleep issues kind of before that was so well known. It's a little bit more well known now. And in keeping with all of that, one of the things that I'm really pretty up to speed with these days is understanding the gut. Also, the microbiome is another word for it. And the gut is where we produce our neurotransmitters. It's where our immune system lives. It affects everything about our life, how hungry we get, how much energy we have, our mood, our libido, our hormones. And I don't know if you've heard, but we are in a massive toxic soup now. We're having huge issues of extinction of animals all over the planet because we have poisoned our environment so much. We've damaged our topsoil. We've got all these GMO foods. We've got Roundup, which is an antibiotic that's being sprayed on not just wheat and corn, but soy and canola and all kinds of produce. So most of us actually have toxin issues that are associated with just living in this world. So what I do as a therapist is I help you from the very beginning look at the big picture of what's going on in your life, and not just in sort of a narrow framework of only doing parts work or only working with motivation or only working with how you talk to yourself in your head, but really everything from your spirituality to your relationships to how you eat to everything about your health. We're going to get into all of that. And so I start with everybody with a 15-question intake form, which helps me to kind of quickly look at where we need to focus some energy so that, if there are certain things that we can address quickly that can make things easier for you. Like recently, one of my clients said, "Oh, I lost 7 pounds last week because I told her she needed to stop eating gluten." And that's what happened when she stopped eating gluten. Little things like that can make a big difference just to kind of get into the low-hanging fruit, so to speak. So I really cover the whole spectrum from the chemistry of your microbiome to the deepest layers of meditation and mindfulness and your spiritual connection with the earth or with God or with your body, with your higher self, your guides. I've been studying all kinds of different types of therapy my whole career because I love to learn, and I've been blessed to work with some very complex people who needed me to learn new things to be able to help them. And so I've learned one thing after another to help people keep getting well, and that suits me. So that's a little bit about me, and you can see what my specialties are. I do a lot of body-mind stuff, whether that's health or weight or things that just have a strong body-mind connection like depression or insomnia. And I also do a lot of trauma work with your childhood, various things that might have got stuck in your body. Brain spotting is a big part of my work, and that's really about, again, just getting to the very deepest layer of what the issue is in a really timely fashion. And that's what using the eye positions helps with, to really kind of zero into the bottom line there and get movement on that level. So if that sounds interesting, just reach out to me. You can text or email or call me, and I'd be happy to talk to you on the phone a bit if you have some questions, or we can just set up a session. I'll look forward to meeting you. Thanks for your time.